The dognuttery continues. Hope everyone has had a dog-free week and month, and hopefully everyone had a well enough dog-free year as we are closing on to the end of the year to start a new year. And this year, this dognuttery is at an all-time low. Every day you think that they're, going to, do better at least. They end up proving that they can't. And the dogs themselves prove that they are nothing but worthless mutts. But still, they are pushed into our faces. Everywhere we go, it's full of dogs. And it's sad that, especially these dognutters, they can't even see the faults of these dogs. And they're not supposed to. To be a dognutter, you have to be ignorant, dumb, and naive and gullible to this dog culture. This dog culture would not strive without the naive, ignorant, and dumb people. And that's what these dognuts are. And that being said, within this dog culture, all they do, especially on social media, is they post memes. They will just post memes to prove a point. They don't post facts. They don't post evidence or proof supporting these worthless mutts or debunking anti-dog or anti-pitbull information. But instead, they post memes. And usually they post cartoon memes to try to prove a point, to try to be funny. This is what the dog culture does. They post memes. That's all they can do. Because the dog culture is not based on fact. It is based on opinion, feelings, and being brainwashed. And here we have a meme that everyone should be familiar with by now. And look at the dognuttery, and look how this meme just proves how ignorant, brain dead, blind, naive, gullible, and just plain out stupid these dognuts and pitbull nutters are. It says in the 70s they blamed the Dobermans. Why? Because they kept attacking people. 80s they blamed the German Shepherd. Why? Because they kept attacking people. 90s they blamed the Rottweilers. Why? It's because they kept on attacking, killing people. And now they blame the Pitbull, and it's because they are attacking and killing people. And then they have the audacity to add this. When will they blame the humans? Newsflash, you pit nutters, bully tars, dog nuts have always been blaming the humans. Every comment section, you're always blaming the human, blaming the owner, the other person on the leash, You do it all the time. And when there's a dog attack, the news media, the CNNs, the where I'm from, City Pulse, CP24, Global, they will not seek out anti-pitbull people. And if they do, it's very rare. They seek out pro-pitbull nutters to have them on national TV, live TV, and film them saying it is the owner. While they themselves have a pit bull, and they're going to support and even though this pit bull killed someone, they will come up and say they support the pit bull, and they blame the owner, they blame the human. They do this almost every single time, national TV, mind you. And if they did not want us to hear about this, they wouldn't show it, but they do it all the time. They show it. They seek out these pit bull nutters, these pit bull experts, bully tards, and have them say that it's the human's fault. They do this all the time. Even when these things kill someone, they still support, the news media will still support and promote pit bulls. They do this. But you have the audacity to say, when will they blame the humans? They do that too. They do it on YouTube, on social media, any other social media video, in various comment sections. They're always blaming the owner, blaming the human. And they wouldn't go as far as blaming the victim, but they're always blaming the owner. You're telling me if the media really hated pit bulls, why would they keep inviting these pit bull nut bully tard experts to keep speaking in promotion or support or defense of these pit bulls after they've killed someone? And they will always say, and maybe sometimes not in these words, but they will always indicate that it is the owner's fault. It is the human's fault. And you go into these comment sections, they say the same thing. These brain numb dognutters, pit tards, will say it is the human. It is the owners. They will even have memes. They'll have memes. They will have memes. See, there are plenty memes here. This one says, humans make me what I am. They make these things. I didn't make this. I searched it. I did not make these things. Hope you can see that. They make these memes in support of these things. Yet I get blamed. Be responsible and train me, exercise me, feed me, house me, and above all, love me. I am only a reflection of you. This is what they say. This is what they say. In a meme. No fact, no evidence, no proof, none of that. They do this. They make memes of a pit bull that may or may not be already dead. A pit bull that may or may not have already attacked and killed someone. This is what they do. Have all these memes to support these dogs. So this is not true, because they're always blaming the human, always blaming the owner, they always are. Tell me a time where anti-pit bull or bully breed or anti-dog people were given a chance to speak on national television, on the CNNs, on the global news, the CP24s, where they allowed them to speak against dogs, speak against pit bulls and bully breeds. Doesn't exist, or it might exist, that little tiny speck. But while, they're always calling these so-called pit tard experts to come and speak after someone has died. And they're always blaming the human. So this is just a big lie. And this just shows how ignorant and blind and naive these dog nuts and pit tards and bully tards really are. Because you always have been blaming the owner. You can go all on social media and any pro dog or pit bull forum, they're always blaming the owner. They're always blaming the owner. It's so rare that you're gonna see comments of people, blaming the dog. Or rare, very rare. But yet again, this dog culture, pit tard culture, they need dumb people to make memes like this. They need them. They need ignorant, naive people. They cannot strive without the dumb ass people. And these dog nuts will also post still pictures like this. We can see that. Usually it's very small, but let's see, dog hugging owner. Again, they will post. God, all these are so small. But anyways, you can see some of these pictures. Again, they will post still pictures, something like this I'm talking about. But they'll post still pictures like this on social media. And they will use that as evidence to say that these things are lovable. Still pictures. Which doesn't really mean anything, because we don't know. Me as a viewer doesn't know if this thing attacked before or after this picture. And chances are they probably did, but again, these dog nuts and pit tars, they're lies. They lie. They will take still pictures like this and post it on social media. And they will use this to help recondition, help reinforce, help brainwash. And help brainwash dog nutters. Or pit nutters and bully tards. To keep being a dog nut. To keep being a pit nutter. But that's all it is. They post these types of pictures to help you reinforce your brainwashing. You go to even forums that have nothing to do with dogs or groups, and you will have people posting their nasty, worthless dog. Again, it's all to reinforce other dog nuts that it's okay to be a dog nutter. And they will, again, post memes like this over and over. And these are pro-dog groups, pro-dog forums. And they will, you know, and this has to prove that it's just about brainwashing. These are pro-dog groups. And they will just make up these memes and they will post it on their forums or in their groups. And every dog nut and pit nutter will like it and say it's true. Again, part of the brainwashing, part of the conditioning. They're going to post a meme. They're not going to post facts. They post memes. They post still pictures like this to prove a point, to brainwash people, to thinking, you know, my dog is good because it gave me a hug and didn't attack me. A still picture. Or they may have posted goofy ass videos which mean nothing, which has no facts whatsoever. And they post it, and these pit nutters and they gobble it up as a way of reinforcing, hey, yes, you're right. Yes, it is the human, it is the owner's fault. So if it is the owner and the human's fault, why are you owning them then? Are you not human? Obviously, I don't consider you human, but obviously, realistically, you are human. So if humans are to blame always, and if dogs are better than humans, then why are you owning them? It doesn't really make sense. You're gonna say you're a human, and you're gonna say dogs are better than humans, but you're still going to own these things, even though you know that you are less than a dog. It doesn't make sense. But again, in this dog culture, nothing is supposed to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, then it makes sense. If it makes sense to the dog nutter, then it's stupid and it doesn't really make sense. If that makes sense. But yeah, they post memes like this, and it's incriminating because there's so many people out there, so many advocates, so many groups that are blaming the owner every single time, all the time, every time, and and they're so brain dead. Like it's like they say, like they will say in comments. I have it. I think I saved it, but I don't have it right on me right now on this PC. But they will say that every attack is because of bad owners. That's what they say. Every attack is because of bad owners. Because I read these comments. They don't say most attacks or some attacks or few or give a percentage. No, they say all. They say if your dog attacks, it means you're a bad owner. Things like that. They're so direct. Your dog attacks, that means you're a bad owner. So you're telling me all these dogs that have attacked were because they were owned by bad owners, owned by bad people? I don't accept that. I think some of them were adopted by pit nutters, dog nutters, who had their best interests, who cared for these things, who loved them, who fed them, and wanted the best for them, who trained them, and yet they still go on and attack and kill people and even other dogs. And they name memes like this, like as I'm saying, like some pit nutters. I think there's some pit nutters who really want to make their worthless pit bull happy, and they really care for it, where they had no interest of them attacking anyone. A lot of these pit bulls or bully breeds are owned by very fragile little women or little, weak men who, have no interest in allowing them to fight or be aggressive. They care for these things. These are dog nutters. They care for them. You should know dog nutters by now. They love dogs. They will go. They go the extra mile to make sure their worthless mutt is happy, while putting their own child to the side. And you're telling me all attacks were caused by bad owners? Really? And then you're gonna have pit nutters in the comment section saying, my people never attacked, my bully never attacked. Again, they lie. And so what if yours didn't? So many others have attacked out of nowhere after these, dog nutters, cared for them as a puppy. All this, and all they did was show love, and yet they attack and kill. Again, there's many stories of dog nutters adopting these dogs. Next day, they're getting attacked. It's crazy how you can pour out your whole life into these things. It's still attacks. And you're going to have dog nutters, your fellow dog nutters in your dog nut culture, say you didn't train it well. It's how it's raised. Blame the owner. And that is just how idiotic. That is just how idiotic this dog culture, the pit bull culture, the bully breed culture really is. And again, bottom line of what I'm saying is that they've always have been blaming the humans. They go on national TV and they blame the human. They may not say it in those words, but they say, hey, it's the owner, how you train it. Do this, you got to do this, and it's the owner's fault, the human's fault, people's fault. It's not the dog, it's not the breed, it's it's how they're raised, all this stuff. And then these dog nuts are gonna come around and say this stuff and act like no one has been blaming the owners or the humans this whole time, and they have been. They have been. They always do blame the human and owner. So where does this come from? It comes from their brainwashing. It comes from their stupidity, their inability to think, their inability to critique, their inability to figure things out on their own. That's why many of them go to these groups and forums, just so they can be brainwashed. Just so they can be brainwashed and reinforce the stupidity. So they can reinforce the stupidity of their dog nuttery. Even if statements like this are 100% bullshit. Because, again, you dog nuts always do blame the owner. They've always have. Always have. And I can even take a guess and theorize. Again, I wasn't around in these days. I wasn't studying this dog culture in the 70s, 80s, or 90s. I really don't know exactly what was going on in this dog culture back then. But I'm pretty sure there's a high chance a few people, few dog nutters, were still blaming the humans, blaming the owner after they attacked. And if these things are always attacking and always getting blamed, then maybe, not just maybe, but it is the dog's problem. The dog is the problem. Anywhere these things are, there's a problem with the dog. And when these dogs cause a problem, they don't want to blame the dog. Instead, they want to blame the owner. And that's what I call, sweeping things under the rug, scapegoating, if that's probably the right term to use. Pointing the finger elsewhere, again, only to protect these worthless mutts. It's because these dog nutters are brainwashed. They are brainwashed. And if they're not brainwashed, why do they keep going to these groups, posting idiotic, stupid memes like this, to read cartoon memes like this, and like it and love it? Again, it's all part of their brainwashing. Dog culture is not based on facts. It's based on lies, based on opinions, based on feelings. They don't care about facts. Facts would destroy this dog culture. That's why they stay clear of facts. Instead of using facts, they use memes. They use cartoon memes. They use memes that were probably created in, let's say, 2008. They use those memes to prove a point. And they fail every time. And realistically, they fail. To the dog nutter, they pass. They're successful because they're only reinforcing the dog nutters. So to them, they're successful. I mean, you being sober and talking to a drug addict, the drug addict isn't gonna believe your crap. Instead, the drug addict is only gonna listen to other drug addicts. And this dog culture is just like drug addicts. They only listen to dog nutters. Only listen to pit tards, only to bully tards. And these people, they run the news medias. They run all of them, like pretty much most of them. They're all dog nutters, all pit nutters. And instead of inviting anti-pit bull people, they invite pro-pit bull or pro-dog people. And what do? They support, promote these things while blaming the owner. And even with these bans, these so-called bans, it's just another way of promoting these things. Another way of promoting another breed of bully breeds. Because they're going to say XL is banned, but what about all the other things? I already went over this. What about all the other things that look like it, that still do attack? But they're okay? Again, it doesn't make sense. Again, this dog culture is ran by... I don't know if I can say this dog culture is probably ran by smart people, but it's filled to the brim with a lot of dumb people. A lot of people are dumb, and the proof is that this dog culture is growing, and it wouldn't grow. It would not grow unless it was filled with dumb, naive people. I know I'm probably repeating the same thing over again, but hey, it is what it is. These dog nuts repeat the same thing over again. Why can't I repeat the same things over? Oh, it's okay for them to keep reposting these idiotic memes, but somehow I can't say the same thing over again. It's okay for dogs to attack people over and over again, but I can't repeat the same thing over again. Let dogs maul children. That's okay. Let's turn the other way. It's fine. But you repeating the same thing over again, that is totally wrong. That is criminal. but dogs can keep killing people. That is the logic of the dog nutter. Remember, I always to ask questions. This is Go the Dog Butcher. Oh, before I close out, as we are in the end of the year of 2023, an awful year. Just being 3 years into this, awful year. This is just awful, but I'm thinking of I want to bring in the New Year dog free. So I don't know. I'm debating of doing like maybe a 2 hour live stream or a video, just to bring in the New Year. So may start like at maybe 10 or 11 and kind of go over like a few of the attacks that have occurred throughout the year type of thing. But that's just me. I always think about things change. Nothing's permanent until I actually do it. But anyways, remember, again, ask questions. This is Gore the Dog Butcher with another Worthless Mutts, and remember, it is okay to hate dogs.